waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes?
A whole lot. Well, they're among the most respected chefs on the Atlanta food scene, but do they have what it takes to please the loyal fans of a Georgia institution?
Always stuns me what Paul Milliken has on his iPod, too.
That's an interesting one,
yeah,
right?
This weekend, 4 Atlanta chefs will battle it out in the Waffle House Showdown, part of the first ever Sip and Savor spring event at Callaway Gardens and Resort. And Paul Milliken is live at the Waffle House on Atlanta Road in Smyrna. These chefs are deep in training for this big showdown, and you're probably deep in eating for this big showdown.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Coach Milliken. Look, if I'm qualified to coach anything, it has to do with food and Waffle House, too. I am a Waffle House connoisseur. By the way, Buck, I heard what you said. My taste in music is as eclectic as my taste in food, and I love everything on the menu here at Waffle House. Yes. We're right now at the one in Smyrna on Atlanta Road. And by the way, how y'all doing this morning? Y'all good? Good. Yes. I love this crew. If you're going to come to any Waffle House, visit the crew here in Smyrna, Atlanta Road, and you might see Chris Hall back here training for Waffle House Showdown coming up this weekend. It's at Callaway Resort and Gardens. This is Pam with Callaway Resort and Gardens. Great to see you. How are you?
Good morning. So thrilled to be here.
Yeah, so am I. I'm so glad we're at Waffle House where there's endless coffee this morning. We need it, right?
Endless coffee after the time change. We're ready. We're ready to get into spring.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Speaking of spring, this weekend is Sip and Savor Spring, the first ever event at Callaway Resort and Gardens. What is Sip and Savor Spring?
Sip and Savor Spring is designed to be the spring kickoff to spring season, which most everyone in the know knows that really spring begins at Callaway Resort and Gardens. Our 20,000 azaleas and all the beautiful blooms. However, we really had an opportunity to host a one-of-a-kind culinary destination event, so we're kicking it off this year.
Yeah, so it's a big weekend of food-related events, workshops, tastings, events, and in particular, the Waffle House Showdown. That's on Saturday. What is it?
Well, the Waffle House Showdown is really going to be a festive atmosphere to kick off Saturday morning. We get started Thursday, but Saturday morning, the Waffle House Showdown is going to be a, smackdown of ultimate talent where these chefs, like Chef Chris, are going to come together, show what they're made of.
Yeah, so these are some of Georgia's top chefs who have been training at Waffle House locations to learn how to cook by the standards of practices of Waffle House. So, Chris, you are by the way, I don't know what I called, but you did it. It looks pretty good.
You called either. I just made some good food.
You know what? As long as it's
an all-star,
it's food on a plate, I'll eat it. I really don't care. I'm a pretty easy judge,
on a
Chris.
plate.
So, first of all, how are you feeling about this weekend's event? You're a returning champ. This has been done in other places in the past, and you're a winner, so the pressure's on, man.
Yeah, pressure's on. We need to win. I got Dean. He's my ace in the hole.
Yeah.
He's trained me for all these, so this is my home unit, so I feel pretty good about it, but we'll see.
Well, then I really should ask Dean, how do you feel about Chris's chances this weekend?
2 years in a run, and now we're going for 3.
I love it. Going for 3. I love that. By the way, pressure, right? Dean back there is like the wise base. He's like the Field of Dreams baseball coach. It's like, we can make this happen, Chris. We can do this. All right, so how tough is it to learn how to cook by Waffle House standards?
It's tough. It's a lot tougher than it looks. I think the biggest thing is they speak an entirely different language. Yeah. Right? So how you mark the plates. I mean, the cooking, scrambling eggs, like most people can do it, but scrambling eggs with 30 other things that are going on at the same time, a little more complex. So it's a lot harder than it looks. It really, ton of respect for the folks that do this every day.
And plus, during the competition, they are yelling 3 orders at you, right? So they yell 3 orders, and then you got to remember every single one. That's not easy.
That's not easy. You got to figure it out, and that's why they have a whole system. When you see a jelly packet or you see certain things, that's their way of kind of knowing what to cook. So if you can master that, kind of language, you got a pretty good shot.
I love that. All right, so you're feeling good about this weekend. Do you know your competition? You're against 3 other Georgia chefs. Do you know them, and will you trash talk them for us on live television?
I won't trash talk them. I will trash talk them the day of the event. Okay. But I'm coming in soft this year, but then we're going to put the hammer down.
We've got enough trash talk with Angie back there. I just want to say, she told us the very first year, she told me, Chris's omelet wasn't pretty the first year he tried this out, but he's gotten better every single year. Are they tough coaches back there?
Yeah, they're tough. There's not a lot of room for error. The pressure is internal, right? Yeah. If I don't bring home a trophy, I'm in trouble, right?
Yeah, seriously.
I won't have a place to eat.
Seriously.
My breakfast. It's going to be disastrous. So I got to win.
All right, we're going to hold it down for Metro Atlanta. We're rooting for you, Chris. And again, I mean, just judging from this, you've got top scores from Paul Milliken and probably the entire Good Day Atlanta team. This all looks good to me, sir.
Thanks, Paul. Great to have you.
So again, Chris Hall from Local 3 must House and Turner's, places we've been a million times. Now for Waffle House. Cannot wait. Guys, thank you very much for letting us be here. Go, Chris. Let's hear a go, Chris, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go, Chris.
Yes, all right. He's got the cheering section, all the info you need. Nice, Buck. I appreciate it. Getting in on the action. It's all coming up this weekend. And next hour, guess who else is going to start training and getting on the grill?
Oh, boy. Oh,
you know,
boy.
this is, I'm going to show Chris
this guy right here.
I can flip a waffle. I can pour some coffee.
Just pour the coffee. How about just pour the coffee?
Paul.
All right, Paul?
Tell Chris that Sharon and I are going to come over right after the show and help him practice and train some more, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can do that.
I will. The good day, like I said, if we're qualified to coach anything, it's a Waffle House showdown.
Build an omelet and they will come.